Alright, now we're going to Charles. You know, this is random, but yesterday, like, the weather was perfect. And today is just utter shit. Like, total fucking shit. Like, it was like anywhere from 82 to 90 degrees yesterday. The wind wasn't going crazy. The rain, it didn't rain. I got grass cut yesterday. All kinds of stuff. It was beautiful. Now it's like all overcast, like high 40s, low 50s today, and it's just shit.
Kira. Kaito-san told me you'd be here. Don't forget about me next time, yeah?
Like, the weather here is not consistent at all.
Is there a reason your little gang needs to keep meeting up here?
It's so nice of you to let us use your store, Higashi-san. Especially when you're clearly so opposed to the idea.
Don't talk down to Yakuza, kid.
It's okay, Higashi-san. I think we all know you're nicer than you let on.
What the hell?
Damn, and you're braver than you look, Hoshino-kun. You got the skills to back it up?
Just a third-degree black belt.
Huh?
Not that I...
Third-degree black belt, but probably has never been in a fight.
Well, I'll call this meeting to order.
And
Sure.
has never experienced confrontation.
Masamichi Shintani of the Genda Law Office has been murdered. Given that his eyes
I don't know, I have to stand with the experienced fighter who's going to kick the shit out of,
and I'll need all of your
you know, a
help to track
third-degree
him down.
black belt who has the skills, but has never actually been in conflict.
The ADDC, huh? Weird time for that to come up again.
Like, it's cool to know that kind of stuff,
Ken?
but I mean, if,
Come up before?
We can talk about that later.
you know,
What's important now is Shintani called
if you don't know what to experience in a fight,
I think I remember them being in the news a lot last year.
I don't think it's going to get you a lot of anywhere.
Something about a new drug that could win a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, here it is.
The ADDC's research into AD9 has now been published in one of the world's leading scientific magazines, leading to the gathering of reporters from both Japan and abroad that we have here today.
It's a brand new dementia drug. They call it AD9. This was right after Director Kido from the ADDC published his paper on it. They're still undergoing clinical trials on larger animals, but apparently every single mouse they've given it to has made a full recovery.
With
The man giving the presentation here is Dr. Ryusuke Kido, a world leader in neurophysiology and the primary researcher on AD9.
He's the one who showed me around the center when I was looking into Okubo's case. Guess he's been the director for a while now.
From what I can tell, the Ministry of Health is increasing the ADDC's budget to hasten the development of AD9. They're even adding another building to the center. It's a huge project.
Damn good deal they've got.
I'm still not getting it, though. Why Shintani go and call them?
Why don't they clean this
That's what we're
fucking
about to
place
find
up?
out.
Do they not see all,
only
like,
one
the
way to do
gnats
that.
and flies and shit flying
You
around?
can't just take a man's phone.
First off, we'll need to figure out who Shintani was
I mean,
calling.
goddamn, look at that.
But how are we gonna do that over the phone?
There's, like,
I
mildew
suppose
all
that
over the
all
walls.
depends on your acting skills.
That'll turn to mold.
Yagami.
ADDC, front desk speaking.
Hi there, ma'am. This is... This is Masamichi Shintani. I'm a lawyer from the Genda Law Office.
Oh, it's good to hear from you, Shintani-sama.
Could you put me through to the same person I spoke to yesterday?
Do you know the extension you wish to reach?
Oh, it sort of slipped my mind, sorry. Can you maybe look into the transfer history?
Why don't you just tell me what the call was about, and I'll connect you to the proper department.
Oh, in that case...
I don't know. I don't even know what this is. I'm not trying to fuck this up, so if I have to Google something, then so be it. Alright, I don't want to fuck this up, so. Let's see. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Already did that. Okay. Oh, so we we can basically just pick whatever we want. It doesn't fucking matter. Basically, all you need to know from this part of the quest is that it doesn't get us anywhere.
It was about the Shinpei Okubo incident. A patient of yours was murdered on site 3 years ago.
You're not with the media, are you?
Nope, I'm most certainly a lawyer.
Why don't I connect you with our publicity department? They'll know more about what you're looking for.
Sure.
Just had to make sure.
Please hold, sir.
Doesn't sound like you're making much progress.
Thank you for waiting.
Yes?
It seems our publicity department never received a call from a Shintani-sama.
I see. Thank you anyway. No way this happens over the phone. It'll be faster to just head over there myself.
You think that's gonna work?
Not sure, but I know the director, remember? Worst case scenario, I come back empty-handed.
I'll come with you, Yagami-san.
Okay, me and Nagashi will go check out what's going on with the Matsugane family. Shouldn't be tough with Hamura out of the picture.
Hey, I don't remember saying I was gonna help you.
By the way, Yagami-san, whatever happened to that guy from 3 years ago? Shinpei Okubo.
He's in the detention center. Been there since they gave him his death sentence.
Have you ever gone to see him, Yagami-san?
No. Why would I? Why do you ask anyway?
If they're talking about dementia drugs, what if,
I was wondering what he was like.
that guy had killed his girlfriend and burned their place to the ground? What if he was a test subject for said drugs, and they're keeping him locked up to experiment on him?
Probably.
It's a possibility.
Walked. Killed his girlfriend. You defended him for that.
I mean,
too,
big
yeah?
business and big government kind of go hand in hand, and none of them can be trusted. So,
Yep.
Did you believe him then too?
He kept saying
it's just the
same
way they
shit.
are. To proceed with what they need to do, they have to lie their whole way through it.
But I didn't believe him, no. Fighting for him in court made me sick to my stomach.
Do you think he deserves
There's
the
no
death
such thing
penalty?
as honest big business and
That's
honest
enough of a
government.
question, Sugiura.
Whoa, my bad. Was that too far?
Nah.
If you say so.
There's always a catch.
Yagami-san? You're heading to the ADDC now, yes? I'm gonna grab a taxi for us. I'll wait for you over on Park.
Yummy. God damn it. I'm gonna end up passing by that random fucking side case. See, I knew it. God damn it, my nose itches. Seriously,
Over here,
fucking
Yagami-san.
damn it.
I have a
I just want to do the quest, the main story. You're losing your fucking hair like that, like your fucking toupee. Just go bald, dude. Just accept it. Go clean shaven, you know,
I've heard a bit about
fucking
this
oil your
place
head
before.
up, put that
But the
waxing bomb
ADC,
shit on it,
Isn't it just one part of a larger organization?
you know.
If I recall
do that.
correctly, they call it the Medical Institute.
If you can't grow facial
Is
hair,
that
try
accurate?
for a stubble. If you can't do any of that, then just have your face the way your head is. And if you can grow facial hair, let it all fill in and the most
Even
that
with
you
all these
can.
buildings, they're still getting
You'll look a
budget
lot
to
better.
expand from that new drug. So? Is it the
I
same
mean,
as
just
you
accept it
remember?
if you're balding.
Yeah.
I mean, it fucking happens. I imagine it's harder for women, but there's a lot of women who can pull off being bald too. Or having like a buzz cut.
Don't go too far ahead, Yagami-san.
I guess this place has changed since he's been there.
What are you all shaken up for? Calm down. Just stick with me and you'll be fine. Got that, Yagami?
He's losing it. He's losing his shit.
Try not to just ditch me, okay? Is something wrong?
It's just... After 3 years, it still looks the same.
Oh.
Almost like time itself has stopped.
Yagami-san.
Come on. Front desk's over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to sprint in here. Because there's way too much shit to bump into. Look at that! What the fuck?
My name is Hoshino from the Genda Law Office.
That's what I mean!
This is my partner, Yagami. We're here to talk about a murder that took place in Kamurocho yesterday.
A murder?
A coworker of ours named Shintani.
No sooner than I fucking talk about
We
it.
have a record that he called this
It's like, I'm not gonna
before he
sprint in
was
here,
killed.
there's too much shit to run
We're
into.
hoping you can help us figure out
Boom!
exactly
Fucking
who he spoke to.
explosion. Chairs everywhere.
Very sorry, sir, but I can't provide such private information.
Oh shit, man.
Well, could I at least talk to Director Kido instead? He's an old friend of mine. Just let him know Yagami stopped by to say hello.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Look over there.
Gentlemen, I really don't know what else you want from me. I have nothing more to say. I've told the police all that I know.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this, Director. Problem is, my partner here won't give it a rest till he sees the scene of the crime. But I'm sure we'll be leaving soon.
That's not what we agreed upon. You know this isn't about how long it takes.
And what about Okubo? I take it he's still not fessed up.
No, not quite as of yet, sir. But we all saw where the body was. Exactly where he said it would be.
Quite true. not much point in fighting this now. The minister
Fucking
has
finger
made it
itches.
clear that he wants it resolved soon as well. Just imagine how much trouble one contractor has caused.
I think it's that goddamn dish soap.
Which minister? I didn't know about this, sir.
Because my sister doesn't have a dishwasher, and for whatever reason, even though I said I would buy one and put it in and everything, hook a water line up to it and all that stuff. Oh, don't need it. You got your hands.
I'll be out of your hair in no time.
But yeah, it's also my fucking money in my hands that I want to save.
So instead, she can
But
show
whatever.
Terasawa-kun. These gentlemen here are Shintani Sensei and,
Yagami.
It's a pleasure.
For all I care, this house can remain a little fucking shitty hovel.
well,
Just a little goddamn hole in the ground.
Thank you again, Director. Apologies for all the trouble.
This way. I can show you how to get
I
to
offer
Wakusan's
help and
room.
nobody wants it, so
Who's
fuck you.
Waku-san?
The guy who died in his room?
Oh, yeah. And you are Terasawa-san, huh?
Figure it out yourself.
Wow, you're young. And a looker to boot.
Can we keep this professional?
Huh?
Nice try. Sensei.
Not the friendliest girl in town, huh?
Not exactly welcome guests here.
After I busted my ass to pass the bar, I always figured I'd have my pick of the ladies.
Terasawa, is that Japanese for Teresa?
Right this way, please. Straight ahead is the ADDC's
Teresa
general
wa?
ward. Waku-san's room is on the 4th floor.
Oh, that hospital was fucking huge 3 years ago. Like it's all height. It's not all that big around, but height-wise, it's pretty
This was
fucking
the room
huge.
assigned to Waku-san.
What's down there?
That's the research wing, where they develop all our new drugs.
Oh.
You can't get in without a gold key card, though. Not even I have one.
Gold, huh?
I suppose because it's the heart of the center's operations.
Huh. Sounds like it's a whole nother world back there. Security like that must be a bitch. Come on, Yagami.
Before he died, Waku-san spent most of his time in here,
And when was he admitted?
2 years ago, with Alzheimer's.
Some kind of dementia, right?
Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that leads to dementia, yes. In fact, it's the cause of almost 70% of all dementia cases.
So, they're one and the same, kinda? Anyway.
Can't your
Do what you
diet
gotta do,
affect
Yagami.
whether or not you get Alzheimer's?
Uh-huh.
Investigate the bed.
Has anyone else slept here since Waku-san's death?
Nobody, no.
And Waku-san was missing from his room the morning of the incident, yes?
That's right.
So, he was murdered here, then carried out.
I can't say for sure, but it's likely.
Yeah, I always thought that like certain types of diet could affect whether or not you get any type of dementia or Alzheimer's. Vitamin K is supposed to be a form of
Hey,
prevention,
the window's
I
still
thought.
shut. There's no way Waku-san could have escaped through here.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's funny that I talk about that and I'm like, oh, I don't remember.
Suspicious. All the rooms have windows like this, right? Seems like people would notice.
Because my aunt was talking about it one time, and
Well, we only
she's
have so many employees
a doctor
in this
or
ward.
whatever you want to call
The
it.
halls stay fairly busy, but it's mostly dementia patients moving between appointments.
I see. I wonder how the room looks from the hallway.
You got all you need from here, yeah?
I think so.
But I think a lot of diseases and everything that people get, I think a lot of it is due to diet, lifestyle, what we put in our body.
You can definitely see what's going on from out here. Shintani-sensei, can you lay on the bed for me?
Like if you're cramming like fucking Big Macs down your throat, you sit on your ass,
Here to join me,
and you're just
Terrasawa-san?
drinking like two liters a day of soda. You don't get any activity, you don't work, you just shovel shit in your face,
It was a
and you
joke.
literally don't move.
So from this vantage point,
I mean,
it
you're
can't be
gonna
the
have a
person's face.
rude awakening. Get backed up with shit, your
So,
heart's gonna fucking
is the
explode,
colossal
you can
waste
get
of time
cancer
I
all
knew
over
it
your
to
body.
be?
Nope, I got something I'd only get from being here.
Does it matter? It's been days. Case is practically closed. Shinpei Okubo is guilty as hell.
Well, according to him, he's not.
Well, of course, that's what he says. Consider the facts, though, man. You want to review the case?
Are you fucking kidding me? Even though I'm given the option to not want to, I still have to.
Sure. Let's go over what...
Whatever you want.
So if that's the case, it's not really a choice now, is it?
All right, here we go. The victim was the patient staying in this room. Koichi Waku, male, age 66. At 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the crime, the nurses noticed he was missing from his bed. Given Waku's degenerative state, they assumed he was wandering around the hospital somewhere. But after being unable to track him down, hospital staff filed a missing persons report.
Right.
You know what a dementia patient's like, though. Hard to imagine they'd make it outside on their own. The only conclusion then was that somebody must have taken him out of the hospital.
I need to
After
blow my
inspecting
nose.
all the
I have no
cars that came in
tissues.
and out of the center, they were left with one
None of my
possible
handkerchiefs are
suspect.
clean.
A laundryman by the name of Shinpei Okubo. It didn't take much prodding for Okubo to confess burying Waku's body out in the mountains. And lo and behold, 3 months after Waku disappeared, the cops found his body rotting away right where Okubo said it'd be. Cause of death was most likely suffocation, but they still don't know for sure. Any objections to this so far, Yagami-sensei?
Actually, yeah. You're forgetting something.
And what's that?
Okubo-kun insists he didn't kill anyone. All he admits to is dumping the body.
Oh, sure. But come on, Yagami. Guy's got a history of assault, and it's on record. Roughed up his girlfriend. Accidentally broke her finger.
Right, but that was over 6 years ago. He was just a kid. Got drunk, made a huge mistake.
And what? It's okay for a kid to hit a woman?
Of course not. But that's not what he's on trial for.
True.
I don't condone what he did. But legally, committing one crime doesn't mean you're guilty of another.
Fine. But what about Okubo's shaky alibi? He said he left the center at 10 a.m. after grabbing the sheets from the general ward. Claimed Waku-san's corpse somehow got loaded into his truck. Who's gonna believe garbage like that?
If anyone should, it's his lawyers.
We're meeting with Okubo after this, right? You should just be honest with him. Tell him the case is unwinnable.
Are you two done here?
Yep. Can you show us the garage next? The one where Okubo-kun parked his truck.
I mean, it's totally possible that the murderer could have taken him out
we'll
with
need
the
to see
sheets.
today.
That Okubo guy could have moved that
We'll need
cart
to
with
take an
all the dirty
elevator down
laundry
there.
and stuff in it all the way down in between like 2 rooms, and then he went into the other room first while the killer was in there. Okubo probably thought he was a visitor or something like that, a family member or friend. And while Okubo was in the other room before that, because, you know, the one that the guy got killed in had a visitor, you know, just picks him up with the laundry and throws him in the basket. It's a possibility. I don't know. This is a hospital and there's nobody at the fucking desks. Is there even people in the rooms? Oh, you can't see into the rooms. Where the fuck? Oh.
Hey, Yagami.
Just disappeared
You're
like her
never gonna
marker and
last
everything.
taking cases like this. Criminal suits are a constant test of your conviction, your sense of justice. They don't even pay that well.
Careful who you say that around.
Look, just chill out, okay? Take it from me. I've been around the block way longer than you have. Looks like a regular old garage to me.
You'd make it out with no problem if you put a body into your truck down here. It's quiet.
It is.
Hey, Yagami, check this out. These are the carts they use to collect sheets and linens. Day of the crime, Okubo was all over the hospital with one of these things. Would have been simple for him to sneak a body in there and cart it right out.
Maybe so. Where was Okubo parked on the day of the incident?
Oh, the truck was parked here, with the back facing the elevator. Here's a recreation of it.
I see.
DNA evidence from the victim was found in the flatbed of the truck. That's proof enough that the body was there. And when they confronted Okubo, he flat out admitted it.
Okay, so what the fuck am I supposed to do? Okay, I'll talk to her.
When was Waku-san last seen?
Just before 8 a.m. on the day of the crime.
Yeah, 7:50 to be precise. An ADDC scientist will be testifying to that. He claims he saw him nice and cozy in his bed.
I see. Can we talk to this witness?
I tried to get an appointment, but they shut me down. Said they don't want us in.
This video is going to be a long one, ladies and gentlemen.
They're not willing to make an exception this once?
This isn't an issue you want to push.
May not see this video until tomorrow,
Worst case scenario, you get charged with witness intimidation.
because it takes me so goddamn long to upload a video with this internet.
The victim was last seen at 7:50.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I'm paying for that
That's
too.
right. Breakfast is at 8 o'clock, so the patients who can walk on their own gather in the break room.
Even though I wanted it, but I'm not the only one who wanted it.
No sign of Waku-san.
And I may have money, but I have no income.
Didn't
I
exactly
have
turn
no
out that way.
cash coming in.
Right.
Got that, Yagami? Here, let's go over some more details. What we know is, Waku was taken out of his room sometime between 7:50 when he was last seen, and 8:30 when everyone noticed he was gone. During that 40-minute span, somebody suffocated Waku and stuffed him into the laundry bin. Nobody suspected there was a body in the cart. And the only clear culprit was Okubo, the man in charge of the laundry. To further back this up, DNA evidence from Waku was found in Okubo's truck. Then when the police questioned Okubo, he confessed to burying the body in the mountains of Okutama. 3 months after the crime, Waku's corpse was finally found. With me?
I mean, it's a possibility that Okubo did it. He could have just had a,
Just give it up,
I don't know, where people just like snap and then they don't remember what they did.
I promised him we'd do everything we could.
Not my problem. You shouldn't make promises you can't keep.
Fine, then I'll do it alone. You don't have to be involved.
Even if I'm not, the loss will hurt Genda-sensei's reputation.
I'm sorry, but our client says he's innocent. I can't back down from this.
Fine. I'll be in the lobby.
If you like, I could take you to see Waku-san's room again.
You don't mind? That would be great.
Are you finished?
Not yet. Waku-san was here until the morning of the incident. Then he just up and disappeared. The window's sealed shut. There's no way Waku-san could have escaped through here.
Why in the fuck did my controller vibrate? See, it's like vibrating, but it's not giving me the option to fucking look at anything.
I wonder how well you can see in here from the hallway.
Well, I can't check that because it won't let me leave the goddamn room.
Are you...
Yeah, I've seen what I need. Anything else you can share?
How long will Okubo-san's sentence be?
Huh?
If he's found guilty, that is.
If it's murder,
Probably
life.
10 years, maybe more. It's hard to say for sure.
And what if he confesses? Would they shorten his sentence?
Well, at the very least, it'd make a better impression than insisting he didn't do it.
But you're still going to push an innocent plea? Even though Okubo-san is the one who'll suffer for it?
If he's really not guilty, he won't have to. I'll win. But to be perfectly honest, this is my first criminal case.
What?
Civil cases have been a mixed bag for me, too. I've actually lost more than I've won.
Is that so?
Apparently,
So he was a shit lawyer to begin with.
Consider an innocent plea in this case.
The truth finally
Guess
comes
it's a good
out.
thing that I'm not so smart then.
Yagami was a shit lawyer. So he's probably a shit detective
Were you
too.
close to Okubo-kun?
I spoke to him pretty often, yes. I would see him around the ward all the time.
And what did you think of him? Did he seem like the kind of guy who'd do something like this?
I'm sorry. The director told us not to say too much.
Wait! If you know anything that can help, just get in touch, okay? I'll do whatever it takes to set Okubo-kun free. But I can't do it alone. Just give it some thought, Terasawa-san.
Can't say anything because the director's not here. With his dick out. In my hand so I can lick on like a popsicle.
Just now, we went to the ADDC. Thought I should have a look at
I can't say anything. I can't even go to bathroom
And
without the director
how'd it
here.
go?
There's no chance you walk. You're practically a lost cause.
Hey,
Yagami-sensei, is that what you think?
Like those people who treat their boss like someone has to hold their hand while they take a shit.
I really have nothing to lose by helping you out.
It's just like I told you. Whoever did it is framing me.
On the day of the crime, you were in the general ward of the ADDC, yes? Starting at 8 a.m., you went around to each room and gathered the linens.
Yes. Nobody would dispute that.
And after that, you covered Wakusan's nose and mouth, suffocated him, and then carted him out in the laundry bin.
That's not true. Wakusan wasn't there when I went into his room. I didn't see him at all that day. You have to believe me.
And I do. So when you went down to leave the center at 10 a.m. after gathering the linens, you realized there was a body hidden in the truck.
Yes. That's what happened.
Then, after debating whether or not to report the
Either
body,
someone is
you chose to
outside
hide it in the
being an
mountains.
idiot and playing with a fucking car door, or there's a lot of people arriving to someone's house.
I had a criminal assault on my record.
Keep
I knew
hearing
the
car
police
doors
would
slamming.
suspected me if I went to them.
Aren't you forgetting the bad blood you had with Wakusan?
Huh?
Bad blood? What are you talking about?
3 days before the murder, Wakusan claimed Okubo-kun here punched him and stole his wallet. They told me all about it at the center.
When did you even ask?
While you were busy chatting up Terasawa-chan.
I can never get
Even
these
if I
goddamn
bitched
things
about it,
cleaned.
I'm still damn good at my
And I
job.
spent a lot of money on these glasses too,
Well, Okubo-kun, did you take his wallet or...
Not quite.
because I lost my other ones.
Call it delusion of theft.
And plus I needed a new prescription anyway because my eyes turned to shit
If
over the
something's
years.
been stolen from you, then blame the first person you see.
Eye exam
The
and
easiest
2
thing
pairs
to
of
do,
glasses,
right?
almost
Theft
$1,600.
for no reason?
So
Must have
yeah,
been a shock. So when Wakusan tried to hit you, you
apparently
just
it's the
about hit him
best
back.
optical place in the state,
But I
so...
didn't hit him.
No, you murdered him.
I wouldn't kill
They're
a
very
man over
thorough.
something like that.
Ah, I wish I could.
But their
believe
prices are very high and all their glasses are fucking designers.
You got a record of
My
violence.
sunglasses by themselves were about $800.
It wasn't me.
These here were like
swear.
$650, almost
Somebody
$7,
set me up.
something like that.
Please, you have to
And they took a
believe me.
20% discount
Whoever
off
did
on
this is
on
laughing
the
at all of us right now.
Calm down.
on the eye exam.
Yagami-sensei, do you believe me?
I do.
I got the paper around here somewhere. It was expensive.
Then next time, come alone.
Fine, I can take a hint. You and Yagami-sensei can cuddle up all you want.
Well, you're supposed to be his fucking lawyer. You're not supposed to be going against his case. You're supposed to be hearing his and
Hey.
trying to defend him.
You know that nurse, Terasawa-san?
And all he's done, all
Girl.
Shintani's done, has basically
Sounded
been
like
the
she was worried
opposition.
about you. Bet you'd have a chance with
You
her
can't
once you
defend a
got her.
client if you're going to be the opposition on top of the opposition.
If you'll excuse me.
I mean, that's what makes sense, right? If you're defending a client, you defend them to the utmost of your
Sometimes
ability.
just
If you
let me
can't
know.
do it, then you don't take the case. Or you
Just
drop
gotta
it.
learn some damn patience.
Let somebody else do it.
But this is my case now. I can handle it myself.
You don't take on a case because you think that you're hot shit, and then you realize you can't do it, and then you try to turn it around and not help them at all.
Yagami-san.
Hmm?
Have you seen Mafia lately?
Well, where's this coming from?
While still taking their money.
She's just not that great with
Grant
me.
you.
I suggest you be more assertive.
Right. Okay.
You mean that friend of yours, Saori-kun? She's got Shintani all riled up. Said he'd have been nicer to you if he knew you had friends who looked like her. Jackass.
Hey, nothing's official yet, guys. Regardless, keep it on the down low, okay?
What the fuck are we doing now?
Yet? That word says
We're
more
not
than
even
you
at the
think.
hospital. Are we reliving the whole goddamn case that we've been going through in the very beginning of the game? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this important?
Mafia-kun's a prosecutor, right? Isn't it kind of taboo for her to date a defense attorney?
Can we not do this?
Either way, guess the Okubo case comes
Like
first.
40 minutes in, and
Pleading innocent,
I've
yeah.
got nothing.
That's the plan.
I don't know what the fuck's going
What
on.
is your plan here?
Out of nowhere, there's a hospital administration,
on that.
some random new
One piece of
drug,
evidence that still
a
bothers
guy
me.
who's a board of directors over
Yeah.
something who probably somehow has ties with something going on in this game. I don't even know if it's the main case or not. And now we're reliving events from 3 years ago in the game.
Take a look at this. It's the hospital room the victim was staying in. This is the last place Waku-san was seen before he disappeared. At the time, the witness would have seen Waku-san from this angle through the window in the door, but the cabinet here would have been blocking his face.
Uh-huh.
In other words, there's room to argue that the witness never actually saw Waku-san to begin with. It might have just looked like there was somebody in there. Or maybe the killer set it up to look that way.
And how would that impact the trial?
Well, the premise that the victim was still alive at 8 o'clock would no longer be on the table. Meaning, the crime could have occurred during a much wider time range. With that in mind, we could claim there's no proof that Okubo took Waku-san out of the room.
Right. Not bad.
What the hell's your problem?
Was that Shintani?
I think so.
Get back here! That bastard. Oh, was eavesdropping on you.
What the hell?
I tried to stop him, but he pulled a stun gun on me.
Hey! Wait up!
Oh, fuck me. We're doing one of these.
You won't get away! Hold up!
Seriously?
You won't get away!
I hate these chase missions so fucking much. Oh, fuck.
Hold up!
They literally don't have to do any of that. They don't have to do any of this shit at all. And I have to do like Michael Jackson fucking spin moves around these people that just magically get in the way.
Woman,
Then these people just fucking plow through them through like an invisible wall.
aren't you Terasawa-san?
Let me go!
We got a groper out here? Scum of the earth!
Now we're gonna have Yakuza try to play the good guys.
Not on my watch, you son of a bitch!
We're Yakuza. We deal drugs and kill people, but don't mess with women. These guys still have their full health that I'm normally used to. I'm the one that doesn't have any abilities right now, but they didn't scale their level back. Mine is the only level that's been scaled back. Theirs is still the same. Fucking bullshit.
Can all lawyers fight like that?
So she breaks into a place, eavesdrops,
Did you really need to
and then
run
when
away
she's
like that?
questioned, she stun
I assumed
guns
you came to
somebody,
see me.
and then runs
There
away.
was something I wanted to talk to you about, yes.
So that's
I
breaking and
wasn't sure if
entering
I should.
and assault.
Then that pig-headed friend of yours started shouting, so I just lost it.
Okay, but did you have to tase him? Not that he didn't have it coming. Anyway, I'm listening if you want to talk. No matter what it is, I'll keep your secret. Anything you tell me will fall under client attorney privilege.
Well, you know the witness who last saw Waku-san?
And then she gets a free
He's not
drink.
sleeping in his bed. Well, that witness is a man by the name of Shono-san. He's one of the scientists at the ADDC. Not only that, but he's the director's right-hand man, too.
And this is him?
Right now, I'm not even worried about the time of the video. What I'm worried about right now is the goddamn space it's going to take up on my hard drive.
Something felt off when I heard what he had to say about the incident.
Because these videos are fucking giant. I'm just telling you right now. The format that I record in, which I don't know any other way that I can, but this format is fucking huge. Let me put it this way, 1 minute is 1 gig. So if I record something that's like 70 minutes, that's 70 fucking gigs plus. And it also depends on the quality that I render the video to.
Something a nurse could do without consequences. And if it came to a courtroom testimony,
none of you would testify?
maybe the other nurses wouldn't.
I've tried every other method, and nothing else works. It either doesn't work or it looks like total dog shit.
Yeah?
My videos don't look the greatest either, but it's literally the only thing that I can fucking do.
Sounds like I've finally got an ally on my team.
I'm currently employed as a researcher at the Advanced Drug Development Center. Part of our research consists of clinical tests we perform on patients in the general ward of the center. On the day of the crime, I was making my usual rounds through the ward.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50?
You're sure?
Yes, the patients eat breakfast at precisely 8 o'clock. I always head to the break room myself, right around then, too.
This break room, to be precise?
That's correct. Our more mobile patients walk there for breakfast instead of eating in their own rooms. Then, while the nurses help the patients eat, I ask about how they feel and how the medicine is treating them.
And on the day of Waku-san's disappearance, you passed by his room before going to the break room?
Yes.
And in that room, you saw Waku-san lying on the bed?
Yes.
Can you describe the situation to us as you remember it?
The door has a window, so you can see into the room from the hallway.
And this is the room you're referring to, yes?
That's correct. From where I was standing in the hallway, I could see Waku-san lying in bed. He was asleep, with a blanket covering most of his body.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50.
No further questions.
Yagami-sensei, why did you call her to the stand?
She actually asked to testify. Is that a problem?
Not really, no.
Terasawa-san, you were present for Shono-san's testimony just now, yes?
Yes.
And what is your opinion on that testimony?
For a scientist, I felt his wording was rather imprecise. And as a medical professional, I felt his actions were negligent.
Could I ask you to be a little more specific?
Our witness, Shono-san, claims he saw Waku-san sleeping in his bed during his morning rounds. However, there's no way he could have known that just by looking in from the hallway.
I have evidence supporting Terasawa-san's testimony.
Well, this shit's going on. I'm gonna go and, oh, never mind. I heard a loud bang outside. I don't know what the fuck that noise was.
Please look at this.
Alright, I'm gonna let this roll. I'll be back in a sec.
In other words, this is what Shono-san would have seen when he checked in on Waku-san.
I apologize. I have no idea what I pick during this. I have no fucking clue. Jesus Christ. This video is going to be huge. I have to keep Googling this. Okay. Bear with me here. This is a walkthrough. Okay.
Shono-san was lying when he said he saw Waku-san in the bed. Excuse me? What he saw from the door was likely nothing more than a bulge of sheets. He couldn't have been able to identify it specifically as Waku-san. So to claim as much in his testimony seems like quite an exaggeration, don't you think?
But common sense would dictate otherwise, would it not? Who would be in the bed other than Waku-san?
The staff nurses are trained to always enter a room when checking in on a patient. In Waku-san's case, it's impossible to tell anything just by looking in from the hallway. There was actually one time a while back where we thought he was under the covers, only to find Waku-san eating in the break room a second later. And upon re-examining the room, we realized that we had mistaken a bunched-up pillow for Waku-san.
The witness makes an important distinction. The prosecution asserts that Shono-san's testimony is clear.
While all this shit's going on, take time to delete more fucking emails.
And 8:30 in the morning. They claim
Oh my goodness.
The defendant must have smuggled Waku-san's body out in his laundry bin.
I'm not even playing a game at this point. I'm just watching a fucking movie.
Defense asserts we have to consider the possibility that Waku-san was taken in the middle of the night when nobody else was around. After which, the killer
I definitely need a cigarette after this.
Plant the body in the defendant's truck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The defense establishes that there is reasonable doubt that Okubo-san is the killer, rendering the prosecution's central argument unsound. Your Honor, taking this new testimony into account, I'd like to call Shono-san back to the stand for cross-examination.
But wait, there's more.
Shono-san.
Yes?
I'll get right to the point. On the day of the crime, what did you see when you looked into Waku-san's room?
I saw Waku-san asleep in his bed, I think.
And did you get a clear look at his face?
I don't remember.
So it's possible that it could have been someone other than Waku-san in that bed. Or maybe even a pillow that you mistook to be Waku-san's body. Isn't that right?
Objection! The defense is leading the witness.
Sustained. Please rephrase the question.
Shono-san, can you say without a doubt that Waku-san was in that bed when you checked on him?
I don't think I can, no.
Then the defense rests. But I do have a quick remark for the prosecution.
Huh?
Damn it.
The charges against my client stem from your assertion that he's the only possible suspect, assuming the crime took place within the stated time frame. However, the defense has proven without a doubt that Shono-san's testimony is unreliable, establishing a reasonable doubt for my client. I would suggest then that you withdraw the charges against my client. With such inconclusive evidence, you'll only be wasting the court's precious time.
The prosecution does not consider the witness's testimony inconclusive. His memory of the incident may be fuzzy, yes, but that doesn't change that he saw the victim.
No, he saw a bed.
Your whole case is based on a fuzzy memory? This promising young man's future is at stake, and you're willing to throw that away on unreliable testimony?
Dr. Shono is a bright and diligent researcher. After watching his own grandmother develop dementia, he vowed to create a drug that could cure the disease. After paying his own way through medical school, he went on to become the head researcher at the ADDC. Day after day, Dr. Shono visits his sick patients out of the kindness of his heart, leading to his valiant testimony here today. If you want to know whether I trust this man, then my answer is a resounding yes.
In other words, because he's such a great researcher, his testimony is infallible. His own admission that he's not sure is somehow overlooked? Is that the sum of it? Because from here, it sounds like you're putting your faith in Shono-san's title, not his testimony today.
The prosecution is not as easily swayed as you think. And you want to talk reputation? What of your client's history of domestic abuse? 6 years ago, the defendant broke his girlfriend's finger. The poor girl is still suffering from the effects. And the cause? A minor, drunken disagreement. Now, fast forward to what occurred a few days prior to the crime. Waku-san, suspecting the defendant of stealing his wallet, lashed out and punched the defendant in the face. Given the clearly violent nature of Okubo-san here, that alone would be motivation enough to murder the poor old...
What the fuck are we doing?
Is something wrong, ma'am? Please remain seated while
I have to go to the bathroom. I stand up and walk out now.
Terasawa-san?
Okubo-san is not a violent person. And he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years. Not a single drop since the incident.
My court will not stand for this commotion.
I know because I'm his girlfriend. I'm fucking him, okay?
He knew that the outburst was just caused by his dementia. That it was all the sickness's fault. So there was no reason for him to resort to murder.
Terasawa-san, please.
Okubo-san really is an incredible, caring person.
Please leave this courtroom at once.
You're right that he may be hard to approach, but he's a kind soul, and he always keeps his promises. Okubo-san's not the
You better shut up before you land in a fucking cell.
verdict either. As a matter of fact, it would break my heart. And even through it all, he wanted me to keep this a secret, not to tell anyone, not even his lawyer, that we were dating. Even though he knew he could have ended up in prison, making sure I was safe was the only thing in the world he cared about. That's just who he is. But when the prosecution has already decided he's a criminal, how could he possibly be given a fair trial?
Her little outburst wasn't technically admissible, but as the trial dragged on, it hung over the jury like a stone. And in the end, Shinpei Okubo was found not guilty. But only a month after his release.
And he kills his girlfriend and burns the house down.
The same girl who had so bravely proclaimed Okubo's innocence died by the man's own hand. Hi.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing, Vice Minister.
But...
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kido-san. I see you're still the director.
You look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now. The name's Yagami.
Ah, I remember now. You're the reason Terasawa-kun's no longer with us. Remember, Shono?
Okubo-san was unstoppable. If only my testimony had been better.
Shono-san, right?
Does it matter? What brings you here anyway?
I'm investigating a murder, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, I see. Yes. Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shono.
The same Shono-san you were just with?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well known, as it turns out. Sometimes, complete strangers pretend to be close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kido? 3 yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
Please stop! You can't!
Who are you?
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamuro Police, Organized Crime. One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating. That would be you, Yagami.
Hmm?
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
Oh, so they're going to try to pin it on him now. Alrighty then. Well, you know what happens every time that I get a save option. It's going to go to the next chapter. So, I'll see you guys there.